It was a quiet night in the suburbs, the kind where the silence feels almost too heavy. Emily sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the clock as it ticked past midnight. Her husband, Mark, was fast asleep beside her, his breathing steady and deep. Too deep, she thought, for someone who claimed to be swamped with late-night work calls. Then it happened. His phone buzzed on the nightstand, a sharp, insistent sound that cut through the stillness. Emily froze. "Mark," she whispered, nudging him gently. "Your phone's buzzing again. Who's texting you this late?" He mumbled something about work and rolled over, leaving the phone glowing faintly in the dark. Suspicion gnawed at her. "Work, huh? That's what he always says," she thought bitterly. Her hand hovered over the phone for a moment before she snatched it up, her heart pounding as she scrolled through the messages. And there it was, a text from someone named Lisa. "Can't wait to see you again, babe. Last night was amazing." Emily's breath caught in her throat. Who was Lisa? The room seemed to spin as she stared at the words, each one a dagger twisting deeper. Mark stirred, blinking groggily as he sat up. "Emily, what are you doing with my phone?" he asked, his voice thick with sleep. "Who's Lisa, Mark?" she demanded, her voice trembling with a mix of rage and hurt. "And don't lie to me." He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Emily, I can explain." "Explain what?" she snapped. "That you've been cheating on me?" He tried to deflect, insisting Lisa was just a colleague, but Emily wasn't having it. "A colleague who calls you babe and says last night was amazing? Do you think I'm stupid?" The argument escalated, his excuses crumbling under her fury until she finally pointed to the door. "There's nothing to talk about. I want you out of this house, now." The door slammed behind him, and Emily was left alone, tears streaming down her face as the reality of his betrayal sank in. The next few days were a haze of pain and disbelief. Emily couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every corner of their home was a reminder of the life she thought they'd built together. 5 years of marriage, unraveling because of a stranger named Lisa. One evening, desperate to escape the suffocating silence, she grabbed her coat and headed to a bar downtown, a place she'd never been before. The clink of glasses and murmur of voices greeted her as she slid onto a stool. "Something strong," she told the bartender. "Whiskey, neat." As the amber liquid burned down her throat, a voice broke through her thoughts. "Rough night?" She glanced over to see a man sitting beside her, handsome, with kind eyes and a gentle smile. His name was Alex, and soon they were talking, the hours slipping away as she poured out her story. "I just found out my husband's been cheating on me," she admitted, surprised at how easy it was to tell him. "Ouch," Alex said, wincing. "That's tough. I'm sorry." But then he leaned closer, his tone playful. "Not all surprises are bad, though. Maybe tonight could be a good one." She laughed despite herself. "Are you hitting on me?" "Only if you want me to," he replied with a grin. For the first time in days, Emily felt a spark of something. Hope, maybe, or just distraction. When he asked her back to his place, she hesitated, then nodded. But at Alex's apartment, as the door clicked shut behind them, doubt crept in. "Make yourself comfortable," he said, offering her a drink. She took a step back. "Actually, I think I should go." He looked surprised. "Go? But we just got here." "I know," she said, her voice faltering. "And you're really nice, but this isn't me. I don't do things like this." Alex nodded, understanding in his eyes. "Hey, it's okay. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with." Relief washed over her as he called her a cab. Walking away, she realized she didn't want revenge. She wanted to stay true to herself. The next day, she called Mark and asked him to meet her at a cafe. He arrived looking haggard, his eyes pleading as they sat down. "Emily, I'm so glad you called. I've been miserable without you." "Save it," she cut in, her voice steady. "I didn't call to hear your apologies. I called to tell you I want a divorce." His face fell. "What? Emily, please don't do this. I made a mistake, but I love you." "Love?" she scoffed. You don't cheat on someone you love, Mark. You betrayed me, and I can't trust you anymore." He begged for a second chance, offering counseling, promises, anything. But she shook her head. "No, Mark, it's over. I deserve better than this." She stood, the chair scraping against the floor, and walked away, feeling lighter with every step. Weeks later, while strolling through a park, she heard a familiar voice. "Emily?" She turned to see Lisa, the woman from the texts, standing there awkwardly. "Oh my God, I didn't expect to see you here," Lisa said, her cheeks flushing. Emily nodded. "Yeah, just taking a walk. How are you?" "I'm okay, I guess," Lisa replied. "I heard about you and Mark." Emily shrugged. "It's been tough, but I'm moving on." Lisa shifted uncomfortably. "For what it's worth, I'm really sorry. I had no idea he was married. If I'd known, I never would have." Emily met her gaze. "I believe you. Mark's the one who lied to both of us." Lisa nodded, guilt still etched on her face. "Still, I feel terrible." "Don't," Emily said gently. "It's not your fault. Let's both just try to move forward." They exchanged a quiet goodbye, and as Emily walked on, the birds chirping overhead, she felt a sense of closure settle over her. The betrayal had shattered her world, but it hadn't broken her. With each step, Emily moved toward a new beginning, one where she could rebuild, not just for someone else, but for herself. And for the first time in a long time, the future felt full of possibilities.